Access to healthcare is expanding right here in Rogers. Stay tuned to find out more. UATV starts right now. And one food pantry in Rogers is now back open after taking damage from a tornado. All that and more as UATV returns. Coming up after the break, find out how Coach Cal and the Hogs stack up ahead of tonight's matchup. UATV will be back after this. And the Thanksgiving holiday means more students are going to be on the roads. Find out how you can stay safe as students prepare to make the drive home. UATV will be right back. And one local fourth grader is making a big impact on the election this year. All that and more as UATV starts right now.
Welcome to this Wednesday night edition of UATV. I'm Ale Tijani.
And I'm Carson Hamilton. Thanks for joining us. Fire in Rogers could be seen all the way in Fayetteville. UATV's Connor Marsh is live at the scene.
A massive fire has erupted here at Merrick Industries, a recycling and waste plant just off of Arkansas Street in Rogers. Rogers Police Department have confirmed that 2 people were injured as a result of the fire, with one of those being taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. You can hear the fire trucks roaring in the background as crews are still responding to the massive flames. I'm going to step off camera so you can get a glimpse at the true size of this fire. You'll likely see all the way from campus with debris and ash falling overhead. Now, what caused the fire is still under investigation, but all employees have been accounted for. I've seen fire trucks from surrounding areas on the scene, including departments from Pea Ridge, Bentonville, Avoca, Cave Springs, Lowell, Springdale, Little Flock, and even a few tankers from Farmington and Prairie Grove. Crews say the massive size of this fire has outgrown the amount of water here on the ground, causing crews from all over speeding down Highway 62 to help put out the flames. Rogers Fire Department says to stay clear of the area as the smoke can be hard to breathe in. The air does feel very smoky. Now, it could take a few hours to put out these flames, and we'll continue to update you as we learn more. Live in Rogers, Connor Marsh, UATV News.
Hurricane Milton is headed for the Gulf Coast of Florida, which could leave hundreds of thousands of people without power.
To aid recovery efforts, electrical line workers left Fayetteville this morning, headed for Florida. UATV's Connor Marsh joins us live with more.
Just under 12 hours ago, SWEPCO trucks left through those gates, headed for Tallahassee, Florida. They're going to assist people who will be without power due to Hurricane Milton, now a Category 3 hurricane with the potential for total devastation. I talked with 2 of these linemen who said they jumped at the opportunity to help out those in need. Jolie says this is the second trip that he's been on within the last 2 weeks, just getting back from helping with Hurricane Helene 18 hours ago. To read more about that story, head over to our website, uatvnews.com. Reporting live in Fayetteville, Connor Marsh, UATV News.
More patients will soon have better access to health care in Northwest Arkansas. A new partnership with Mercy Hospital will save the heart patients an out-of-state trip for medical care. UATV's Connor Marsh joins us live from Mercy Hospital in Rogers with more.
Access to some life-saving heart surgeries currently requires patients in Northwest Arkansas to travel to other areas of the country. But soon, all of that will change as they'll be able to take a short trip down the road here to Mercy Hospital in Rogers. I sat down with the hospital's president as well as one surgeon to find out more about this expansion. Dr. Scott Cooper says he's excited for the opportunity to work with healthcare professionals from the Heartland Whole Health Institute and Cleveland Clinic. He says that their guidance will ensure that all patients in Northwest Arkansas continue to receive top-of-the-line health care. Reporting live here in Rogers, I'm Connor Marsh for UATV News. In the early hours of May 26th, an EF2 tornado tore through areas of Rogers, damaging many homes and businesses, one of those being the Feed Rogers food pantry, which took significant damage and had to temporarily close. Well, today they opened those doors for the first time in 5 months. And just being here earlier today myself, I saw a lot of shoppers who were very pleased and excited that the food pantry was back open so they can feed their families. Reporting live in Rogers, Connor Marsh, UATV News. Tonight, the 18th ranked Hogs take on the Trojans of Troy, Alabama. Coming off of last week's loss to Baylor, Coach Cal says improvements are needed if this team looks to pull through. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. at Bud Walton Arena. Reporting live for UATV, I'm Connor Marsh. Ollie, let's send things back to you. Many students will hit the highway and travel home for the Thanksgiving holiday, but it's important to watch out for any deer that may want to join you on the road. So whether you're making a big drive home or just a short trip down the road, it's important to keep your eyes peeled. Reporting live for UATV, I'm Connor Marsh. You may have noticed some construction like this that you see behind me on Stadium Drive. The university's United Way campaign is looking to raise $100,000 for families in Northwest Arkansas. Here at the Fayetteville Animal Services building, many people found their new best friend thanks to Clear the Shelters. The nationwide event lasted until August 31st, waiving adoption fees and offering other incentives to make sure that no pet goes without a home. August is typically a slow month for animal shelters, so the event is a great incentive to push adopting. I talked with Justine Lentz, the Fayetteville Animal Services Superintendent, who shares more about the rewards that come with adopting.
It's sometimes when those connections happen, it's so rewarding, not just to see the pet in a home, but also to see the impact that it has on that human too.
Fayetteville Animal Services wants to ensure that all of their pet owners are set up for success by offering counseling and other resources to make your life a bit easier. Lentz also says if you're not ready to make a lifelong commitment, you can volunteer or just adopt for a day to get your animal fix. And thanks to the Clear the Shelters event, 67 pets here at the Fayetteville Animal Services building got to walk out of those doors and go home with their new family. Live in Fayetteville, Connor Marsh, UATV News. People are still picking up the pieces after Hurricane Helene, but Florida isn't in the clear yet. Hurricane Milton is expected to hit the Gulf Coast tonight, with Florida ordering everyone in its path to evacuate. And electrical workers from Northwest Arkansas are headed there.
If you don't volunteer, there's nobody that's going.
69 linemen from Southwestern Electric Power Company left Fayetteville this morning, headed for Tallahassee.
Replacing poles, wire, could be some tree, forestry work.
These workers will assist crews from across the country, seeing the damage firsthand.
It's total devastation in a lot of ways.
Homes destroyed, everything that people have worked for their entire lives, it could be completely gone.
Josh Jolie has worked for SWEPCO for 10 years. He says safety is their #1 priority.
Stay safe, stay away from down power lines, stay away from uprooted trees. There's others that could fall.
But the hardest part of being away from home is missing his family.
As you're gone, life continues. Life goes on. I've heard that from a lot of the guys that I worked with. You know, the wives are very excited for them to all come home so that we can, come back and help as a family, but also because they miss us so very much.
Ultimately, these hometown heroes hope to make a difference wherever they can.
We're there to try to pick up the pieces. We're trying to help the people to get any kind of semblance of back to normalcy.
We enjoy being able to go and assist in that. It means a lot to the guys.
Healthcare in Northwest Arkansas is expanding, starting right here in Rogers.
This is going to require a whole new approach to the care model.
Mercy Hospitals has announced a $700 million partnership with Alice Walton, the Heartland Whole Health Institute, and Cleveland Clinic to expand access to healthcare in Arkansas. Mercy says they recognize the need for something bigger.
Health outcomes of our population are not where it should be for the amount of money being invested in healthcare.
There's a certain level of outmigration of patients to other areas of the country, going to, say, Cleveland Clinic for heart problems or Mayo Clinic.
Dr. Cooper says the expansion will begin with improving cardiovascular services at the Rogers campus, both in cardiology and cardiothoracic surgery.
Eventually, not just cardiovascular services, but other specialty services like orthopedics, neurosurgery, neurology.
Alice Walton and her team will develop an outpatient clinic in Bentonville to avoid trips to the hospital.
If we can intervene early, help change behaviors, keep people healthy, we're going to lower that total cost of care.
Garrick says a set price will cover the total cost of care, as opposed to a transactional method based on the number of services provided, and the amount of new hires from this expansion will make an impact.
It's going to have a profound economic impact on the region. Everyone's highly motivated to bring this vision to reality.